right, and we are back. And listen, it's good to see my friends again. Right, we just seen each other this freaking past weekend. Everybody knows that I had Bart on before. It's been a year ago, Bart, if I'm not
Year and a
mistaken.
half.
Uh, Man's on point right here, right? Year and a half. And then obviously I got Alex Ferrer with me, and then Gabriel. Forgot your last name, Gabriel.
Damn it. Winger.
There you go. There you go. Wingard. Listen, it was my first time went into. It was absolutely. I had the best time. Those people are absolutely amazing. The show that they put on with all the endurance races, my mind was absolutely blown. Right. So, uh, gentlemen, tell us about the weekend and how it all come to be, because there's a lot that goes into doing endurance racing, right? It's there's a lot going into sprint racing too, but
It's a whole
endurance,
different world.
dude, right? It is. It's a different planet. So for those that don't know anything about endurance racing at all, just tell us how the game plan come out and kind of, you don't have to go deep in detail of all, you know,
I think
all that stuff.
first we'd like to kind of discuss what this new N2RA organization brought to the table, because uh, I joined Gabe in this type of racing a while back, and these two were already racing endurance. We were doing it with Azra CCS back then. What are those, like 2.5 hours?
2 hour races.
2 hour
and
races.
most of the time they got cut short just because of events and stuff like that. So
Yeah. And then whereas got the 4 hour events,
Mhm.
those are usually run 4 hours.
Yep.
I mean, they clear red flags and things like that. And that's pretty well run. N2, before N2RA, just N2, the track day organization, had their own.
they used to assist with the endurance.
It was great events. Had
Yep.
the 2 hour and the 4 hour events, which made it, a great, all in one day too. So people pack up and be on the way home on Sunday. It was great. Great.
And then
That
you
worked
have Separano that happens. Tommy Separano puts together a racing weekend at Jennings once a year, in right at the end of January, and it's like 3 days. One day of just open track, and then 2 days of racing. There's like 3 or 4 races.
12 hours of racing.
12 hours of racing in one weekend.
2 3 hour races and one
Yeah,
6
wow.
hour race.
It's 5 hour, I think.
Or 5 hour. Yeah. 3 and a 5 hour. So 11
I would
hours.
take
of
them
racing.
tired.
So a lot of these racing events have a similar format where it entails sending a rider out, killing the tire, killing the fuel, coming back in, pit stop, change tire, fuel up, change rider, and repeat. Right. So there's pit performance involved, and then there's rider performance involved, and then there's rider endurance, and then mechanical endurance of the machine involved. So there are many more levels of consideration to strategy and to how to build a motorcycle for this and how to prepare a rider for this. And I think we used to be all into the sprint races, and then we really started enjoying this longer format, because
Definitely.
it's just more levels of things you have to make sure are on point, and it's not just that one thing where you just set on kill right from the start, and then 6 laps in you're done, right?
Group effort, it
Yeah, and
makes
it-
everybody thinking.
Yeah, exactly. It is really a team effort. When you're just sprint racing and you're privateer, you don't have a team. You can do it. It's not a problem. But in this type of racing, you have to have a team, and the team has to be tight, and the team has to be practiced and really on point. So I think that the N2RA, the newcomer, kind of, because they used to assist in running these events for Wera, I think they took all the best and threw away all the worst things about how the Wera days went. I'm not saying that Wera did it wrong. They had the knowledge of what to do and what not to do, and they brought it into this event. And for an inaugural event, I mean, this thing went off without a hitch. Like, it was super smooth. I was really impressed. I didn't know what to expect.
It was good.
I was a little bit worried about, like, typical issues we see at other events, some of the 2 hour events. But this was flawless. I mean, we had a couple red flags, and they were dealt with very quickly.
The rain on Saturday with the weather was a little bummer, but besides that, everything was good. It was.
Yeah, because, like, besides the 6 hour race, it was a 2 hour slow bike race. and we did. Gabe and Alex were riding in that. We had an electrical problem that was presenting some gremlins and the downpour, and we ended up not finishing. So we did score a DNF, and that kind of sucked. But
We were up to fourth, so we were hanging there for a while.
Yeah.
Back and forth with Company Sharp Racing. That was a good time until, the weather and everything. They seemed to hit at once.
I think they ended up calling the race and just taking whatever result was.
A lap after we came in, yeah.
Literally
a
a
lap.
race, yeah.
Yeah, so that was kind of a mess, but it was pretty much the weather's fault.
Weather's fault, yeah.
But yeah, I gotta say, like if N2RA keeps doing events like they're promising they will next year, whole season, we're gonna be there.
Everyone,
Yeah.
everyone. No doubt, they have the best endurance right now, and their new rules are particularly interesting. They've leveled the field and made the pit stops more prevalent because they've shortened the tank sizes. There was times, with Weir and that, you got teams out there who do 80 laps on a tank of fuel, and it takes the pit stops out. You take a whole pit stop out, and it doesn't matter if your rider's slow or not, you're going to be far ahead of the field. So we really like that rule, and some other little ones that they added in there to even it out, make it on par with the new bikes and everything. It is really good thing to see.
I think their rules kind of help the sportsman kind of climate, right? It's less about how much money you can throw at your bike. It's more about just leveling the playing field and just make your bike last. So we're really stoked about this. It was getting a little stale with the lack of endurance racing options. We kind of stuck with Wera and Azra, and this new one, really great addition. We're really happy about it.
Good. It's there's a lot to be said in being involved in something and taking it and growing it and taking out all the negatives, right? And just focusing on the positives and making everybody happy. It's going to make a. It was my first time, like I said, with them, and I thought the whole thing was phenomenal, especially with the red flags. I mean, they were on it, straight up on it. They're like, okay, we're going live, right? So the dude where I was sitting at, Alex knows where I was sitting at, and I'm sitting right next to one of the officials. And when something happened or he had to get on the PA and take over, he'd look at me and go, and I'd just turn the mic off, set it down. Then he'd look at me and go like this again, and then he'd tell me what's going on because I only had basically not even all of the front straight, right? And I could see some of the pits, but everybody's canopy, I couldn't really tell a whole lot, right?
So you were basically
he was only seeing basically what was in front of him and what he could see from the pit box there. But from whatever happened, bikes coming down or losing motors or whatever was happening, he wasn't aware of it until basically it was laps down, and whoa, this guy's so many laps down. Apparently, he's out
I think at the next event you need like Smurfs with
some
handhelds walking around getting you info and checking in.
Corner workers, yep, number 27. So.
Or let me get a radio that the corner workers got and the marshals have. That way, when something happens, I can.
Yeah,
correct,
exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, otherwise, you're just stuck going off a race
Speed
monitor
hive.
or speed hive.
Yeah. It's difficult. You got to wait a lap or two
Yeah.
or three or four. Man, that's a long pit stop. What's going on?
They didn't have time to think of this detail.
Yeah,
I bet like by next year they'll have something figured out. If you're going from track to track, other tracks are going to have different assets and also different difficulties. So
What's that, huh?
it's all about getting the first one out of in the books and making sure that like the key items are a success, and which they have. And now hopefully they're moving forward because we're ready to sign up and go race again. Well, not exactly. We have some repairs to make.
We have time, right? We definitely have time. Yeah, they told me from my understanding is that they want to do at least 3 next year.
Nice.
Be great. 3 is better than 1.
That's my
Hey,
from my
we'll take it as many
understanding.
as we
So.
can.
I hope they keep the 6-hour format. That was definitely fun.
Yeah.
That was
It was.
the time just melted away. Like I felt like it was a half hour when the whole thing was said and done.
For me, it was the full 6 hours, 110%. Right? Was I having fun? Of course, I was having fun. But I'm looking at I'm like, it's 2 hours and 45 minutes, and I'm literally just eating throat lodgings like they're candy at this point. Right? I'm just doing. So
You need to be like the GP guys and just start like tapping into racer stats and like history and dig up dirt on them, just start talking trash, offend somebody. Maybe they'll come into the booth and, you'll have some drama.
Looks like you're on
Absolutely.
his Facebook page. He likes long walks on the beach.
I mean, it was kind of short notice, so next time I'll be better prepared, right? And kind of like find different ways to fill in the gaps. But that's why I went around and I was like, dude, come up in the booth with me. Come on up to
That's
the
no
booth,
problem.
right?
Good job. You did good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
So
that. Like I said, you did with what the cards you were handed. You did good. So
listen, Into put on like I said, one hell of a show this weekend. Like it seems like to me, just being in the booth and watching what I call the beautiful circus and the beautiful chaos that happens. It was handled perfect, like they've been doing it for years.
I do have to say, I have one comment to make. Pulling up on Thursday, I was surprised how few competitors there actually were. And then I thought, okay, well, more people are going to show up. Maybe some did. But like the grids weren't stacked like I thought they would. I mean, the purse and payout was just amazing, right? For this type of a race to have that kind of payout, that should attract masses of people. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if like people were like, Coda's going off. Let's go and get 15
That's
minutes
exactly
of track
what it
time
was.
for $2,500.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure that's
Sure,
what it
all
was.
that.
Because Coda's going private next year, and everybody, that's anything you ever heard this whole year talk about Facebook, Instagram, is I'm going to Coda, I'm doing these track days, I'm doing this, right? So it's a
Yeah, but it
bucket
was a
list.
track day that was destined to be jammed from the beginning, right? Like if it's one of the last ones, all right, you missed your chance, you missed your chance. Do you really want to be there, or like do you want to be at this kick-ass event trying to get some money?
and
100%.
from what I've read and seen, honestly, it looked like it was a really, hey,
It was a shit show. Let's just go on and be honest, right? We all hear it. We seen it. It's a fucking shit show. Let's just call it out as. And listen, I'm not talking trash about precision because I was not there. I was not involved. I wasn't at Coda.
yeah,
You hear what people are saying, but it's handled to me poorly on both ends. Like to me, it just seems like the way they're talking and the way they're talking, there's a disconnected communication somewhere. I don't know where that is. So that's basically all I'm gonna say about that because I wasn't there, right? But that's also Bart. The same thing I thought when I pulled up Friday, and I was like, man, there ain't hardly anybody here in the paddock. Like I figured it was just gonna be slam packed, right? But as the weekend went on, there was more people that showed up. But yeah, it was yeah.
fun. It was definitely a lot of people, a lot of passing going on.
That was
there.
good competition.
Yeah, there was so good competition because they went down to the wire, literally.
Yeah.
It did. We were all nervous, and it worked out. So yeah, it was a good day. But yeah, it was.
I know. I remember watching the timing, and when you guys actually took over first place, I was like, "Let's go, dude! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Yeah, yeah."
Friday during practice, we were alternating riders, and we also had a spare practice bike, so we were just like mixing it up with different bikes, and we had a mishap where the bike went down, and the main bike that we were going to race in the 6 hour, the GSX 8R, and it sustained some damages that, to the naked eye, we're like, oh yeah, we could rebuild this. Like exhaust can got messed up and a couple of things here, a couple there. But we started taking the bike apart, like hoses to the oil cooler are gone. Oil cooler has got a big old leak in it. It's not suitable for riding. The exhaust header all the way from the beginning to like through the mid pipe, like everything trashed. We found out that we left the spare bin of exhaust parts. We had spare parts and a full exhaust in there. We left it here. We overlooked that one, so that was unfortunate. The throttle was gone. The switch to turn the bike on was gone. Like body work, the works, everything. Like this, you inspect further in, and you see little things that are not suitable for racing. Like it just like stacks up. And for a moment there, I was like, wow, it's Friday and our weekend just ended. This really sucks. What do we do here? And Gabe, he's got this way about him. He kind of just like just established the momentum and
man.
kind of led by example. Like he just started doing stuff. And I was like, all right, well, he's got faith. I'm not a faith kind of guy, but I'll just roll with him. So I dove right in. He did this, I did that. He did this, I did that. We got to the point where like, okay, now we're at a stopping point. Unless we get parts from somewhere else.
This is it. Yeah.
This is
it.
okay.
Fix what we could and then started walking around.
So
talking to everyone that had an 8R.
Jason Carnes was there with Carnes Racing. You know, you guys out there may know that we sponsor Carnes. It's Carnes TST in Motor America. So, you know, he was really our go-to. And so we were able to get some parts from him, but he didn't have it all. So we found Dave Sanders. He was there for the track day, and after the track day, he didn't need his 8R because he was just going to ride track day. And he allowed us to take the oil cooler off his bike. So we we just took apart Dave's bike.
Yeah, bro. Thank you.
And he was like, oh yeah, cool. At least some of my bike parts will go fast. Like, okay, cool. I'll work it out with you later. Thank you. Let's rebuild this thing. So Gabe tore it down and Curtis slammed it in. And it was like a madhouse, like a beehive over the bike, just kind of bumping into each other, but still working at the same time. I had to make a switch to turn the bike on. What else did you turn? What else did you change on there?
But you cut that frame slider that didn't want to come off.
Oh yeah, we bent the frame slider bolt in a way that like just wouldn't come off, so
Wouldn't come out.
we have to cut it out first.
Throttle, bar ends,
Oh,
new
yeah.
fairings.
Yeah, it was,
I mean,
it was
we were-
total. They were hands in.
Had to put a new master cylinder on.
And what were you doing this whole time, Alex, as they were working on the bike?
A lot of times it was made to see
He was
whatever they
he
need.
was a
Grab me
comedy.
this.
The
Grab
comedy.
me
He
this.
just
Grab
made
me
us
that.
smile.
I make a smile. Keep them in spirits.
Yeah.
You guys good? You guys good? You need backup?
He made us food.
and
He
food.
ran
I was-
around.
Hey,
He ran around and
gotta
got us
eat.
parts.
And, professional there.
It
so.
was a full team effort.
Yeah.
He contributed just as much as we did. You know, it's just different roles.
Someone's got to work the grill, man.
Yeah,
Keep us-
someone's
keep us
right.
full.
And everything else, grab. I need this part. It's that. You got
Can't
it.
be working hangry.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
And, you know, but by the end of the night, Friday,
I mean, it was 9:30 at night when we started up the bike, and we're like, okay, it's cool. And
sent Justin. out.
Justin, we said go ride it because we didn't want to,
That's right.
and he took it around the parking lot. He's like, yeah, we think it's okay, and we all went to sleep and hope for the best in the morning.
So yeah, that worked out. We got to shake it down the next morning
Yeah,
in
minor
practice.
settings, right? It wasn't too many
Yeah.
settings
Yeah.
changes. The
Yeah.
morning bike felt good. These
And
guys
qualified.
They were good.
I ran the 30-minute, and we had Julian Correa qualify us because he was the fastest of us. And what did we get? Second in class? Yeah, we were second in class on the
in
grid.
the morning.
Oh yes, second in class.
Yeah, you guys were second.
Qualifying, yeah.
Yeah.
It was chasing. Okay.
Yeah, but Julian got first in the 600. He was in first in qualifying, and then we were third on the 300 for the 30-minute.
Wow. So quite the journey from ashes to being able to ride. You know, and at that point, you know, at the end of Saturday, when we determined, okay, we got a bike, it's lasting, everything's good. We put a good amount of laps on it, and we knew, like, okay, it's solid, it's safe, we can do this for 6 hours. These guys had to go race. After all of that already, these guys had to go race that 2 hour, and we were prepped for that. Weather was beautiful, you know, bike was running, the Ninja 400 was running fine at the time, and yeah, I mean, you started that
Yeah, I
race.
started the
We can
race.
Talk about that.
Basically, the three guys out front were, I think, Boss and
Yeah, two Moto American
the
kids.
two Moto American kids. Yeah, young guns. They were fast, man. Hats off to them. They were riding all great. The rider for Team Roberts was outstanding all weekend too. You know, hats
Kenzie
off to
Matsudaira.
him. Yeah, he was, man, amazing. You know, watching him. But yeah, you know, the 400 race was good. Basically, just went back and forth with Zach. You know, Gummy Shark Racing. That was back and forth, and you know, until we had a slight little problem right before the red flag. So basically,
Yeah, it was about 35 minutes into the race.
Yeah. They were
We thought Alex got tired.
They were joking everything.
Yeah, we thought he got tired.
Why'd you come in? I'm like, I swear, there's something up with the bike. They're like, you're tired. I swear, I'm not tired. But it was a good laugh once again, you know. But you know, hey, once again, we're out here having fun. Everything's hats off. It was still fun while it went. So
Actually, Alex actually told me that there. He's like, dude, I pulled in and everybody thought that I was tired, and I wasn't tired. There was really a red flag going on. You told me that. I started laughing.
oh yeah, I just started laughing myself. You guys seriously thought that?
I mean, he came in and like half a minute later, the flag went.
Yeah, so it kind of worked.
So then
out.
we couldn't touch the bike.
They
And-
still questioned me though.
Yeah. And by the time they were going to send people out, then it was already wet, and it got a little crazy for us, because do we change wheels? Do we fix this thing? Do we even bother at this point? Because it got closer and closer to the, I think, past the hour mark, right?
And lightning, remember?
And then
Lightning.
came in and had to shut down for a while. It just became this mess, and we just decided, you know what, we have this big race tomorrow. Let's call this one. Let's make sure the bike is fine before we actually race it again, instead of acting on hunches. It ended up being the
Faulty quick shifter.
yeah, quick shifter.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. In a turn, I think the vibrations were setting off the sensor, even though the linkages were all good and tight.
It make it feel like gas was cutting out.
Yeah, it was just cutting out. If it cuts out in a corner, when you're deep in a corner, cuts out and then comes back in abruptly, it'll put you down. That's not safe for a rider. We didn't want to endanger any of our guys or anybody out there on the track. So we called it, and we just at that point we tore down the 8R. Just to give it a once over, make sure that after that day, all the things were still tight, check all the safety items, and, inspect everything, make sure it's safe. So we did that, we had some food, and, next day came, and that was really, that was magic. Coming from where we came from on Friday,
Bro.
this far already felt good. And we didn't even know what we were getting into. One of our riders, Zach, he's coming back from an injury, pretty bad injury last year.
Yeah, last year.
Back,
and 2 track days, a guy not exiting properly, cut him off and
took his front
put him
tire
down, put him into the wall.
Yeah, all these surgeries and stuff. So he's finally back, but his endurance wasn't up to par, and he didn't want to do it. He was uneasy about getting on a bike in this race. So at the last moment, we had a rider change on the roster because another unfortunate event took out Carnes Racing. They had an electrical problem that took them out in a way, the bike shut off and they had to coast off, but it didn't create a danger for a red flag. So then they were stuck there for many laps.
Oh, yeah,
and then it was kind of
access.
even if they fixed it, is it even worth it to continue? So they gave up one of their riders to us, Levy Batty. He's
That's all.
he was
I was
good.
wondering what happened, dude. Because, like I said, I had speed hive, and I was like, dude, what is going on with TST Industries and Carnes Performance? Right? I just seen the blue line, solid blue line, and nothing happening.
Yeah, that was really sad, because those guys came down, looking to get some laps in before next week's races, and
It was really the spot too where they were at. There was just really kind of no access where the truck would have got out there without causing a flag or that
It was
situation.
inside of turn 3 or outside
Yeah.
of one of those.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it would have disrupted the race unless there was a red flag to go out there and get it then. Yeah, it was just tough.
yeah, they got shafted on that. But Levy wanted to ride, and Jason came over and it's like, hey, I have a rider. We're forfeiting here. I have a rider that wants to ride. If you have a spot for him, and it just so happened Zach was like, we're not going to do this. It's not safe, or he's not feeling comfortable. So we just have to make sure that was legal with the administration of the race. And so we did, and everything was cool. So we subbed them in, and we rotated him, Julian Correa, and Justin. I decided to sit out because I don't know, it was going so good, and I felt more comfortable in the pits We have a pretty tight pit procedure, and I knew I could affect the team more positively there. I'm not as fast of a rider as those three, so put me on there would definitely create a deficit in performance, and we were going for kill at that point. You know,
we noticed that we could make this happen.
It was a lot had to happen for us to be where we're at.
Yeah,
not good things for other people, but a lot had to happen.
Place. Motors were going, people were going off. You know,
Yeah, I mean,
one here, one there.
At the start, it was just a standard, race, and then several laps in, we were like looking around, like, oh wow, we're going like a bat out of hell. This is like we're first, second, third, second, first. Just it was going so good. I was ready to go out there, but I chose to just keep the three best in rotation and just keep doing that. And Julian came in after his first stint, and we had a miscommunication on like the fuel gauge usage, and he came in without signaling. So our first stop was actually pretty sloppy on account of like not being ready for the rider. We skipped the communication, so that one took a little bit longer than it should have, but
we were playing catch up at that moment because they put us down a couple, enough seconds to play catch up, and Voss was leading at that point.
Yeah.
Man, Vosberg was on fire.
Yeah, he was on fire. I mean, technically, we were going back and forth until
Roden's engine.
They were
motor
went. I mean, they were literally 15 seconds behind us at one time. Literally, we were pulling out, and they were at the top end off, and at the end there, and it was unfortunate that it would have gone to the wire, literally, with the way that it was that close.
With endurance racing, the machine has to last, right? And
it's unfortunate, but that's what happens in racing.
I think it's a product of some luck, consistent riding, and smooth and consistent pit stops, and the machinery has to last. So I really got to say Suzuki, it's like a freight train, except you can maneuver it. Suzuki's are built. I don't know if all of them are built that way, but all the sport bikes that I've owned by Suzuki were pretty indestructible. Everything is just so robust. Just shifting the thing. You don't have any flex in the whole system. Like the shift rod is like super thick, a little overbuilt looking, but like they know what to add material to, and they know what to make robust to make these things last. I mean, the motor we have in this bike now has to come out, but like we've been beating this thing all year this year at all the endurance events and track days and dyno time. Did we do any sprints this year?
No, we did the classic at Jennings.
Soprano Classic.
Yep.
Well, that was endurance.
Yeah.
So I had a bunch of endurance time and dyno time and track time from track days on it from this year and all of last year too.
Last year's
like
endurance, yep.
A season and a half of being beat severely, right? Like now we're done. I'm not going to push it anymore, but I figured, hey, this is a good test. The 6-hour endurance. Will this thing last? I don't know. But this is a very, very mild build, like that, not much to it. So I think if we built it more set on kill, maybe it'd be more vulnerable. I don't know. It's just the way these things are built is so much different than those other bikes that we've dealt with and built. I think hats off to Suzuki for providing us with such a good platform to start with, and we just built on that, and the endurance is there. The proof is there, man. That motor, you got to last those 6 hours, right? Otherwise, a DNF it's not good. So
as the old saying goes, you got to finish the race to win the race, right? So
so I mean, we, like Alex was saying, we were swapping places with other racers, and it was just this constant battle. And then I think at like the hour 3.5, 4 mark, we started seeing like the field getting thinner. smoke coming out of an engine and the rider doesn't come around. Or Rogum, I think they threw a rod or
Yeah, that was
threw a
already
rod bearing
there
or
was
something.
15 seconds. 15 seconds behind it.
Yeah, those guys. That was unfortunate for them, but
Brown Town blew an engine and got another bite.
yeah.
So,
Yeah,
I mean,
they
so
were that to
a bunch
start
of-
from zero again.
Yeah.
They were using it for riding time, I think. But yeah, because after that, I guess start from zero.
Yeah, we saw a bunch of teams having a bunch of problems with their pit stops. Like something went awry. One of the teams, I forget which one, they had trouble with like the rear axle. They just kept trying to put it in, take it out. Like they were there for about a minute and a half.
So one guy gets splashed in the face with gas.
Oh, yeah.
Careful.
Yeah, it was
It
rough.
sucks. Gas in the face. Rider's
Yeah.
gotta back up. Yeah, give space and gas, man.
You know, and our pit stops, we were just like, we have this very well trained procedure, you know, and we're just like machines. Even the front wheel swap. In this long event, we decided that we're going to swap the front wheel. Keeps the rider safer, keeps them pushing faster. We also developed a new part of the front wheel setup that enables faster wheel changes, and we wanted to test it. We wanted to put it through its paces, and this is where it actually made sense. I got to thank Fred Valley from I1 Moto. He was instrumental at providing us with some of the parts to make this happen, and some of his starting designs. And him and I went back and forth quite a bit for about a week and a half to make these parts, and I made these floating fender mounts based on his technology, and I think he's going to manufacture them and sell them. Gabe did a lot of other magic around the front end to make it work faster. I jumped on the lathe and I made some special spacers that were rounded more at the entry point to be able to like just slide the wheel in without so much targeting. There's more to be developed on the front end, but like we already cut the wheel change down from something completely ridiculous to 40 seconds.
Yeah, I think we had to do one of them, and it took us 90 seconds in and out, and we were a little slow.
And 90 seconds included fuel,
Front tire,
rear tire.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty quick.
still not like Daytona 200
Yeah.
team speed.
You know.
They definitely have more of a setup. We're just on the outset of that technology, but I think, you know, by next year we'll be there and we'll be able to match those pit stop speeds. So yeah.
I was watching you guys practice it. Well, Gabe and you, and was it Saturday? Yeah, I think Saturday, Gabe. I was watching you and Curtis. He was like, "Check this out," and I was like, "It's pretty slick."
Yeah, we wanted to start that Friday night, but we were a little busy Friday night and didn't get around to looking at that.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So the pit performance really helped. What else? I mean, we were on Dunlop tires. Those things,
Thanks, Stick Boy.
yeah,
Thank you, Stick Boy.
they're super sticky, man. They work really well. I personally love Dunlop from a long time ago, from back in the NTEC days when you had to have a race license to even buy them for track days. They wouldn't just sell them to you. Those were my favorite tires, and there was all this crap talk from the Pirelli crowd, how like, you know, they just drop you or whatever. I never had that, and we've been using these tires for 2 seasons now.
Mm-hmm.
Great tires, we love them. No complaints.
Oh,
I even switched on the 400.
Yeah,
And
yeah. This guy was against Dunlop
Yeah,
for a long
against
time
Dunlop.
until we started using them in the team. Now he's all
Hey,
gung
sure.
ho.
Send it.
And then they have Stick Boy, so that helps too.
Yeah, Stick Boys huge help, man. I mean, take off a rear tire, take it to them. Within 5 minutes, you got a new tire on there, and you're ready to go. It's on the warmers, and you don't have to worry about anything. I mean, service over there. I'm not saying anybody else is bad, but service for Stick Boy is awesome. He's amazing.
Gives you the right numbers, pressure,
Yeah.
everything you need. Always there. Him, the wife, the whole crew.
And the dog, can't forget about the dog, right? Yeah, they're always there too. Yeah, let's go. Yeah. So huge fan of Derek, and every time I'm at the event, he's there. I go talk to him and Zeb, right? Pirelli Zeb too as well,
He's great.
because Zeb's a good guy, pit lane moto. So yeah, man, I want to get to a couple of these comments because some of these guys in his comments are making me laugh right here. So we got T4 says 3 races, 2 one day and 1 the other. Yes, it was absolutely amazing. SBK 1198 says, can we get some details on how Alex Ferreira prepares for the endurance
Next question
races?
to me, am I standing? Yes, I'm standing. Bears, honestly, lots of water, lots of Gator electrolytes, man, and just
And vitamins.
vitamins. Eat well the night before on that day.
Is that Alex?
For sure.
Was that Alex?
Alex, yeah, right.
SBK 1190.
Next question. I'm standing up, all right?
That's hilarious. And of course, we got Isaac Woodworth Racing in the house, the best endurance team, the best endurance team.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
tell him good luck this weekend, man.
Yeah, send it, Isaac. Next
This weekend, yep, I'll be there. I can't wait. I'm going Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Let's go. Yeah. And of course, T4 says, talk crap about Alex for 30 minutes is easy. Yeah, absolutely it is.
Here we go. Oh, goodness.
And then Isaac again says the best endurance team around. Let's go, man. And then we got SBK 1198 again says the TST parts on the bike survived the crash and the motor.
That's right. This SBK 1198 is the one that built the motor and a lot of the parts.
Let's go. Then we got Nate M857 says, whew, that was stressing me out.
What was stressing him out?
I don't know. Clarify, Nate, what was stressing you out down in the comments. T4. Dude, I like you, T4. He says Alex isn't allowed to wrench. Just
He's not allowed to touch
What's happening?
The news guy.
For sure.
That's why he was cooking for us.
We actually send them to the competitors' teams to help them.
right? To give you guys the advantage. I know, hey, Alex, go over there, go turn wrenches on
If
that
you
guy's
want to
back.
quick, you just it would leave it. I got you.
There's a story about this guy from Daytona, like back in 2017, I think.
Yeah.
He comes back in, and we're not like really a team then, but like we're all doing our own thing. We're all in the same garage. He comes back. He's like, "There's something wrong with this bike. It's not stopping." We look at his pads. There's no pad. It's just a backer,
Metal,
right? It's like the clappedest clapped out SV650 you've ever seen. I think.
Hey man, that thing was on its last leg.
Yeah, like it was a carbureted one. Right? It had it lost teeth a long time ago. No pad. And he's complaining that it's not working. I'm like, all right.
I missed that part.
Go get the pads. So he runs around and gets the pads. Gabe and I get him in there for him. And mind you, she was just stuck, right?
It has never had brake pads on it before.
So we pulled a rabbit out of a hat.
How'd that thing pass tech?
It worked.
I don't think they changed that.
It
They
was
figure
that
right? Like you're not gonna go ride without brakes.
Skip me. Brakes.
So-
turning.
We fix that for him. Like we make sure everything's cool. We send him out. He comes back. He's like, this thing is just all over the place. It's bottoming out. I can't brake now. It's just hitting bottom. Like,
Story.
dude, now you have brakes. This is what happens, right? And I don't think he had any fluid in his forks.
Yeah, that thing was just something I got to play with, and it was the last second.
But he was on the podium in every race with that rat bug.
And went and just had fun with it. I kind of just went out there. It was it was like the last time I rode it, I think.
Yeah, that's like
one for a track day, and then I said, you know what, let me do a race, and that was, honestly, the air-cooled Ducatis was the best bike in that class. Mavros was running the king of the class back then, if you remember. God rest his soul, But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Those SPs are just already the has-been back then.
Yeah, at that point we realized if we put him on a proper bike and don't let him wrench, he'll just do his job, and we'll take the not his job away from him, and it'll be good. And I think that's when we actually became a team. Gabe started using at least TST plastics on his bike, and then it became more and more TST bike to now he doesn't even own a race bike
No.
for the track. So it's kind of
A lot of fun
these guys
times.
like the OGs with
A lot
me
of
on the
fun
team. We all met at PBIR
Nice.
at a night track day.
Skydiving.
Oh yeah, I met this guy skydiving. We
I've
got
been
introduced.
skydiving.
Hey, this guy races. This guy races.
That
I
was
wasn't
it.
actually racing at the time, but
No, he was doing track days. That's when that bike was track days. Yeah,
yeah.
that same clapped out as me.
Fast forward, a little bit more than 10 years, and here we are, like
Just having fun.
putting other kids on the bike and like doing pit stuff and still racing and riding, but I don't know.
It's fun seeing the young kids come up.
Yeah, and like
Giving them a chance and watching them go fast. It's
in endurance racing, you kind of have to have a dedicated pit crew to make the rest of it successful, and then you have to have the riders to make that part successful, and everybody's got a job. And I think like we pulled that off pretty good. Kind of sad because I still want to ride. I'm thinking maybe we do like A team and B team, old guys and young guys.
Right.
we just have to schedule their pit stops around ours.
Yeah. Pull in.
Have a Kane and Walker's team and a young team, right? Yeah.
That's right. They're over 40 class.
Or just
right?
race different classes, I guess. I don't know.
That's
I don't know. Like this time, I didn't ride in the long race, and I had pretty much almost just as much fun. I missed the riding because I mean that's really what motivates me to do any of this. Like owning a motorcycle business without loving a motorcycle, you're miscast, right? Like I came from being a rider and performance riding. I did some stupid hood rat stunt riding back in the day in environments that shouldn't have stunt riding in them. I was the kid. Like I did that, and I started a business to like further my love for the machines. I'm an engineer. Why not do this? And now I'm at the point where, crap, maybe I won't be riding forever. Maybe I have to put the young guns that deserve to ride on the bike while pursuing more of like the infrastructure around the program, and to be able to afford this, right? The business has to keep going in the right direction. Costs are getting higher and higher all the time, and so got to be able to afford it, and that's where the business comes in.
Absolutely.
I don't know, I'm kind of just spitballing my feelings here.
No, dude, you're good, Bart. You're good. Chelsea says, so proud of all the hard work these guys put in. Proud race wife.
I don't know who that is.
Hey.
Thanks for putting up with him
Yeah,
being gone
thanks
so
for bringing
much.
that up. Exactly
I
right.
mean, you
Exactly right.
can't forget the families that we leave to go do this
Yeah.
on the weekends. I
Thanks for
mean,
the support.
put up with a lot of shit. And, I mean,
Yeah, dude, trust me. I
They're the main
I know
sponsor.
the feeling, dude. I'm gone a lot with Moto America, and of course with Azra announcing and going to club events with hanging out with all my friends that normally I don't get to see unless we sit down and do this, right? So it's very important. I talk about all the time to have that good home life because that's the most important, and to have a wife and family that just gives you that freedom to allow you to do that. Makes you, I don't want to say makes you the most happy, but I'm going to say it because I know it makes me one of the most happy, right? When you're in that environment, and just to be you and love and support you from that angle is just it's hard to you can't beat that.
oh no, you got to give a shout out to Curtis and even Mike.
Yeah.
I mean, they do everything for Isaac and Juju. I mean,
Dude,
they're just
Oh, big shout out
amazing.
to us.
Amazing dads. You
Yeah,
look at
man.
them, what they do for their kids,
100%.
and you can only hope to do that for your kids.
They need their own show. That is a
Yeah.
great family right there.
Mhm.
They need their own show. Two stellar kids. And, all that going on.
100%,
That's
man.
awesome.
Yeah, dude. Listen, when I first met Mike and Juju, obviously it was because of the podcast, and we just instantly hit it off and become friends. It was absolutely. It's always an honor to see all you guys, right? Alex and Bart, you, Gabriel, and every. As a matter of fact, I was thinking, but before we sat down to do this, I was like, I know I met Gabriel, but I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, the first time me and you actually met was at Atlanta last year.
Yep.
Yep. That's what because Curtis was there and y'all guys tried to get me to come down to Florida and I forget where
Yeah,
you
because
guys
that was
were.
one of our first races on the 8, I want to say, last year.
Yeah.
That's when we put away the.
That's when we had to run in the super sport class because they said the twin was too fast for the twin class.
That's right.
So we were riding against
600.
4-cylinder 600s and 636s. That was interesting.
I bet.
But I wasn't at every one of the races, so I can't say we did it. But the team actually pulled together some really good results, and
we did
we
well.
ended up in what, second place for the season?
Third place.
Third place
in the class.
in that class. You know, so pretty impressive to me. I was very happy about that. And that was missing one round, right? Didn't go to Ohio?
Yeah,
Correct.
we went to Ohio,
Yeah, I think everybody didn't go to Ohio.
That's awesome, dude. I'm like, SBK, man. You're killing me, dude. He says in Alex's defense, after about a decade, he did learn how to put on his own tire warmers and with some supervision, take the wheels off, but don't let him clean the bike because he'll use acetone or something.
True story. It's happened. He brings the bike back. He's like, brake cleaner apparently dissolves paint.
It was.
We all knew this.
Wrong bottle.
Were you also huffing it or something?
Wrong bottle.
Love it, dude.
He put that frosted tin on his windscreen.
I get the street look. It's more wavy now.
Have I met this SBK 1198?
Alex Vapin. He's
TST.
he's one of the engineers here at TST, and he's probably been at the track while you're at the track in the past. I don't know if you've actually met him.
Alex, we got to meet, bro. Like,
Yeah, guys,
hilarious.
If you want a good interview about parts development and total nutcase craziness at TST from behind the scenes, that's your guy.
Well, dude, let's get him on. 100%.
He's just not allowed to dish all the dirt.
That's all right. We'll come up with a game plan for sure. That's awesome. Keep it coming, SBK. It is awesome. And then we got Keith Kelly in the house. What is up, Keith? He says, "What's up, boy? Killing it all season."
What's up, man?
And then we
So
got,
nice to see people coming out and checking this podcast out.
oh yeah, absolutely. We got Vinny View. To be fair, all proper SV 650s are clapped out to agree or two.
It's true, including the 7 he owns.
And then, of course, we got Juju himself. What is up, Juju, man? He says, weekend to remember, no doubt. Absolutely.
First time together, and hopefully we could do that again.
Yeah.
You had an amazing ride this weekend.
Oh, dude, he was, dude,
Oh, man,
you
his
had
class
an
on that.
amazing ride this
Fast. He
weekend.
made that Honda super fast.
Dude, 'cause look, it's funny because I'm sitting there looking, I'm like, SB and SS. I was like, they're letting Super Sport and Superbike out there at the same time, right? Like, this is going to be interesting for sure. And then there goes Juju, and I was like, but I called it. I was like, because the guy that with the long ponytail, Alex, you seen that, and Bart, you seen sitting right next to me on the other side of the window. They kept saying, who's the guy in the pink? I was like, dude, that's Juju Carrera. He races overseas in Europe, blah, blah, blah. And they're looking him on his phone, right? Yes, Juju. They were looking you up on the phone, right? They're like, we like Juju, right? So, yeah, then he come up in there and talk. But I told the dude on the window, once I seen it, I was like, number 40 right there, Juju, he going to win this race, watch. And that's exactly what happened.
He dug down. He
dominated.
That was wild. It's great. Great.
That's awesome. We
A
got
lot of these kids from Mike's program graduating to these grand places like Juju's in Europe, doing that whole thing. Isaac's over here. Ella, Avery.
I mean, there's so many people come out of that program.
South Florida Mini GP.
Yeah.
Amazing program.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
I keep sending people there. You know, I was told. Yeah, I don't know if all the parents know about this, but I was told that homeschool scholarships cover motorcycle riding as PE. So, like,
go.
Parents can send their kids to Mike's program and like get some kind of reimbursement from these scholarships if they have these scholarships. I just heard that, so you know.
Wow, that's
It's a little,
Yeah.
little extra benefit that parents can look for to make their kids into these champions. At
100%.
least have some fun, throwing
I-
bikes around.
Get their feet wet.
Listen, it's something
They're
that
gonna know quick if they want to do it or not.
it's always up to the kid, right? Because we all see the
Yeah.
other side of that story, which we're not here to talk about right now.
Well, I
But
tried it with my daughters, right? And they did the electric bike, and then once I put them on a PW50, they were like, nope, it makes noises. But then they get on a quad, and they're like digital throttle. It's on, full, or off, and they're like sideways around every turn. My little one rolled the quad, got back on, kept riding. These things are dangerous. Why do you prefer these freaking things? Two wheels is so much safer, but they won't do it. I can't get them to do it. And then you have this kid, his son.
He has more bikes than I do currently. It's
Yeah, and he's
little
ripping
Yeah,
it.
man, that kid's got.
flat track racing, road racing with Mini GP, flat track racing with Corey Texter, and Southern Dirt Track. I mean, we're almost on the bike every weekend.
how old's your boy?
Sponsored rider.
He's 8 years old. And then I have a 10-month-old that'll be next up.
I love it, man. I had those plans and visions and goals when my son was born, and he had a Strider. He was born in November, so Christmas he had a brand new TTR 50 and a Strider, and then I ended up wrecking the TTR 50 and bent the front forks, replaced them. Rossi's he likes to go to the races. He likes to hang out with everybody. But when we come home, he might ride his. Hey, dude, I bought him a brand new dirt bike. Speaking of, you guys hear me all talk about on the podcast. Support those that support you and keep it in the industry. I bought Rossi's brand new bike. Where did I drive? 6 hours to Pennsylvania to buy it from Jason Carnes from Carnes Performance because he's a buddy of mine, and I want to support those that support me and keep it within the business. So I could have bought that same bike literally 10 minutes from my doorstep, but I didn't want to do it. So it's that whole, again, support. But Rossi, he's ridden that bike 4 times, and that was last Christmas. So yeah, did it break my heart? Of course it does, right? Because I feel like every parent wants to pass some type of love for something to their kids, right? And in hopes that they pick it up and run with it too, and it becomes their passion as well. But yeah, Rossi's like, nah, I'd rather play Fortnite. So he plays Fortnite.
So we'll see you at the local track next year with it.
Yeah,
We'll see you riding it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, for sure. So I talked to Michael. I want to bring Rossi with me. We'll go down to SFL Mini GP, which I talk about all the time on my podcast, right? And get him down there with a bunch of kids his age and put him on a bike, and maybe he'll.
You
That's
too.
what they need.
You
They just
too.
need to see it. Yeah.
Get you on a TTR 125. When was the last time we got you out there?
Man, I ain't been on a track. See, Rossi's 13, so I ain't been on a track since Rossi was 5. Because, I told this story quite often, but real quick, when I had a kid, so growing up, I didn't have a good relationship with my dad because I never knew him until I moved out to go to MMI, and I was like 19 at the time, right? Because he was in the Navy, he was a fighter pilot who was gone nine months out of the year. He'd come home, and it was just this disciplinary guy that comes in that I didn't even really know, and then he's gone again, right? And it's just me and mom and eventually my little brother. So I always told myself that when I do have a kid, all my wants and needs, man, I got to put that shit to the side and just focus on him, right? So that's what I've been doing is focusing on Rossi and just being there to support him in whatever way he's chasing me or I'm chasing him, right? So and then I got a dirt bike, so I do have a CR400. Went out with a couple of my buddies, ended up breaking my right wrist, and then went out about 9 months after that and severely broke my left wrist, right, and snapped my TFC tendon in 2 and had major surgery. So I'm my right wrist is good to go. My left wrist still bothers me. Like I can't really use a weed eater, right? I can't use like power tools with my left hand because it absolutely just kills me, right? And I don't want to go out there and start pushing it when I'm not safe, right? And I don't want to go out there and mess somebody else up too. So eventually it's getting there. So I'm hoping next year I'll be
No, I get it too. Work on Monday. I get it. The same way I'm the same. I still hold back a little bit too.
Right? Because I call it getting younger in age, right? So we're not as young as we used to be, so we don't bounce and roll and get back up and be like, whoa, let's go again, right?
Our parts are harder to find.
We don't do that no more, right? Yeah.
Which definitely a lot harder to find, You put you in line. You know.
Facts. But dude, listen, I still get out ride. I got an RC51 I take out in a ride. I got a little CF100. I come out here and about the lot next door to me, so nobody can build a house right next door. And there's a private house over here, so there's a lot before their house. I get on a little dirt bike and or Rossi's bike and just bah 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 bah. So I still ride, but not nothing like I want to again. Not yet anyway. So, but yeah. Let's see. We got Kimmy says, "Stop ignoring our comments." Well, just give me a second, Kimmy. Right? Just I apologize. That's hilarious. You guys are who's Kimmy? Who you guys know Kimmy?
Yeah.
Let's go. I apologize, Kimmy. It's his fault. No, I'm just joking.
All right, you can blame it on me.
Nah, I wouldn't do that, man. That's hilarious. And then we got Always Mowing 407 says, "Appreciate the love. We're tuned in on our way back to VIR for Moto A. Glad to be part of the team. Let's go. I'll be there too, man. So let's link up down there on Friday. I'll be there." And then, of course, Juju says, "Had to put a smile on Bart's face this weekend."
Let's do it again.
Yeah.
I love it. T4 says, "Simcoe, we get it. I'm going on the track for the first time in a year and a half next weekend after shoulder replacement. Just keep going. It'll happen 100%, T4.
Right.
Facts." And then, of course, we got Michael Carrera, the man himself. What's up, family? You,
Yeah.
baby, you. Let's go. Yeah.
That's where to go. That's where to go.
Yeah. So, listen, I was there. I watched the whole thing unfold before my eyes. And when I seen you guys end up in first place, I was just fucking so excited for you guys. I was like, let's go, right?
I couldn't believe it for a while. Like the last half hour of the race, we kind of scrapped the old strategy. We built a new strategy, put that in play, and like it was happening. And like as it was happening, I just I didn't believe that it was happening. Like this can't be, but it was, and it happened. And man, the emotions that followed, like just I don't know. Our whole group was just so elated, and I guess that's what happens with that sort of a victory. First in the field, like it's
Been a good year.
yeah,
Been a good year so far.
it's pretty incredible.
I always talk about being in this sport, sharing the same love and passion, the beautiful circus, the family members we meet, right? The beautiful friends we're going to have for life. It's such a rare journey that we're on and we get to take. And when you succeed at a level like you guys did this weekend, it's hard to describe and put into words, right? It's an honor and a journey to take, right? And it's an accomplishment that I'm sure when you guys showed up, as you said earlier, right? We don't know what's going to happen because this is an endurance race. And even announcing the race, I was like, it's endurance. We got 5.5 hours still left to go, right? This is not sprint riding. Anything can happen, right? Pit stops could be messed up. Bike breaks down. Somebody don't have the tires necessary to keep doing swaps. So obviously throughout the race, they're going to get slower. There's so many puzzle pieces, Bart. I talk about all the time, the puzzle pieces. And it's a big game of chess.
Correct.
Because you got faster riders, slower riders. You're constantly playing that chess game, and at the end, man, you guys stepped on that top box, and I was,
when I was like after we like calmed down from the whole thing, we're in the RV driving home. I just started like trying to put it all together because it was still surreal, right? And like my mind went back to like glimpses of me feeling certain things along the way while I was working on something seemingly unnecessary or like unlikely to be used, but like we want to be prepared. Like all these little things that we like little ants in an ant pile, like stacking a piece of sand on top of a piece of sand, and all of a sudden, and like you walk away, you come back the next day, and there's a big ant pile, right? And it was all stacked, a grain by grain, and I felt like, wow, like, yeah, like this really pays off, and it feeds me for the next time I'm working on something that's a total pain in the ass. and I'm like struggling, like I just want to quit. Like we're gonna use it so rarely, and you know what? When it comes to actually using that piece or part or process, and it enables you to positively impact the outcome of everybody's work. That is just like that's the payoff at the end. I think like that's where like you get to feel proud of your performance among your team's additions to the entire performance. You build it together, and just it has a very much bigger feeling to me at the end when the entire team put all this best effort in and everybody did their job. And I know I brought my A game. Gabe, Alex, everybody brought their A game. Julian, all the riders, you know, that's a grand feeling at the end of the weekend. I'm looking for more of that. I think with this new organization, we're going to have more of that. If Wera continues, we're going to be hitting those guys up. Separado events, I'm going to mention it again because, you know, I feel like more people should check out those events. That is an event at the beginning of our season here, but like North is in snow, so like they're dying to ride. It's also not required to have a full-fledged race license with a bunch of experience. Like we mix it together. All the top riders know not to buzz the slower riders because they're like of lower skill, lower experience. You know, we put it together as a community. It's like a community race, but we're still racing hardcore. It's just
It's a long weekend.
Yeah, it's a long weekend, and there's so much track time, so much experience to pick up. Hanging out in the pits afterwards. I mean, Chris, you got to come down to that next year. That
they run
isn't
in reverse too.
Yeah. One of the races is in reverse. So like they go clockwise, counterclockwise, and the long race is counterclockwise because that's the usual direction. They throw so many cool facets on top of this just one event. I can't believe that more people don't take advantage of this awesome event. I think going out on the web and typing in Separano Endurance just to like, if you've never heard of it, check it out. I would push that in front of anybody to just check it out, read about it. Don't be intimidated. There's like, you know, you could even show up and do a pickup team with some people. Like, you know, some people show up with like 3 riders and they'll accept the 4th rider.
Probably the only place you could ride at that time of the year either, too.
Yeah.
Besides Homestead.
Yeah.
Literally. You know.
Sometimes the weather works out, sometimes it doesn't. One year it was still snowing on the ground from like the week before, but like
they still rode.
well, like it was rideable, and we rode. Well, that year I didn't ride, but like this year it was pretty cold in the morning, but then it got nice, and we all rode. It was all fine. It's better than being buried in snow in New Jersey, man.
Facts, right? Yeah, Tommy Separano. I've had him on my podcast. I actually ran into him and his son that was racing at Road Atlanta earlier this year in the Twins Cup race. Yeah, he invited me to come out next year, so
yeah,
like, for sure. 100%.
We all need to lend them a hand. Like the community needs to lend them a hand to spread what this event is, because I don't think people understand. There's like, it's an event that's not sanctioned by any organization. It's just Tommy and his people that come together and put in all this effort. They don't get paid anything from it. All the money that comes in, he like does a payout. There's purses involved. This last one in January, we sponsored a payout. We ended up winning it. What are you gonna do? You know.
Hey, bravo.
Hey, spoils go to the winner, right?
I guess.
Absolutely, right? Yeah.
We gambled. TST put up, I don't know, $1,500, $2,000, some amount of money that was a decent purse for like this event, and you know, I gambled and I got it back. Next time, come get it from me.
That's it. Come and take it, baby. Let's go, right? Yeah.
Take it from us. It's there.
I love it, dude. I love it. Freaking,
just gotta show up and ride, man.
That key word, show up.
Sure.
100%, right? Enough of this. Show up. Show me. That's what I tell people. Show me. right? Robert Maxwell says, "Where are we meeting up again, boys? Can't wait to see all of you soon." Yes, yes. I'll be at VR.
Barber,
I think
no, Daytona's next, I think.
Yep, at
Daytona.
October. I'll be
Yeah,
there.
Daytona's before
it's the
Barber.
week
Yeah.
before. It's good that they got it on separate weeks.
We're not doing Talladega. We're not doing Nelson's Ledges. We're just going to go to Daytona and then Barber. Well, I'm not going to be at Barber.
I'll be at Daytona for sure, and in March too. So I can't wait to hang out with everybody in October. It's gonna be fun, dude. Let's go.
We're going to go by the HQ here, hang out with us.
Well,
Maybe do
Bart,
a live one from here.
Yeah, we're only.
I know. Me and Bart talked about at VIR. You know, I want to do a part 2 with Bart. It's still a part 1 with you two gentlemen and 1198. I ain't forgot 1198. You're gonna sit down in the hot seat with me, but I want to come down there in October with. He's probably smiling right now, right? In October and actually go to my man Bart at TST and do a live one. Actually, sitting where Alex or Gabriel is. Or
We
right
can go
now,
across
right?
the street and I'll chuck you out of a plane.
Yeah, that's right. The skydive while you're
That's
here.
right.
Go to
That's
Daytona while you're here. Do a couple different things while you're here.
I'm in 110%. That's how I come over my fear of heights is skydiving. So and I've been
That's the only way
skydiving
to do
since
it.
2001. Yeah, dude. Right. So real quick story. When I moved to Phoenix to go to MMI, two of my best friends here, they're like, "We're gonna come see you," and I was like, "Yeah, bullshit. You'll never gonna come see me out here, right? Like I'll be home way before you guys come out." Fast forward about 4 months, my dad calls me and is like, "Hey, Dave and Richard are coming to see you. You got to pick them up at the airport, Phoenix International, blah, 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 at this date and this time." So fear sit over real hard, real quick, right? Because I promised them I'd go skydiving, and they knew I wouldn't even climb a tree, much less get on a roof. I don't give a shit. It was 10 feet off the ground. Like, I ain't doing it, right? I'm good right here, right? You see my feet right here? They're planted. I'm good, right? So that was a difficult thing for me to do and overcome. You know, I always talk about the mental side of things in life, and especially in racing too. So it was one of my demons I had to battle and beat down. And it was 11,500 feet skydive arena in Phoenix, Arizona. And you know what freaked me out more than anything? I think I told Bart this story. Who's on the podcast? Is we get in this plane. There's like a gap in the door, right? So I'm literally sitting down, my feet, my legs in front of me, my back's against the pilot's back. The dude that I'm jumping with is freaking, his head's, you know, at the tail, his feet is right here. As soon as we get in the plane, he puts a seatbelt on across his legs, said, "Put the seatbelt on," click it in. The whole time he's like this. And I'm just staring at the plane, literally like, I don't know what the fuck to do. Like, dude, bro, it was like, are you fucking kidding me right now, right? So finally, I don't know how high are we up. I grabbed the dude's feet and I went like this violently. I was like, "Dude, wake the fuck up." I was like, "You, my friend, are freaking me the fuck out." This is all he said. He looked at me nonchalantly and quiet. He says, "The only way down from here is you're jumping," and leans his head back and closes his eyes. And at this time, I'm profusely sweating bullets, bro. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Am I asleep? Is this a dream? Like, what the fuck? Next thing I know, the pilot says, "We're at altitude." I take one last look down and I was like, "Fuck, you got to be kidding me." So I get up on my knees, I grab the dashboard, and I look to my left, and all I see is this row of teeth because the pilot sees the fear in my fucking eyes, right? And he's just laughing his ass off. The dude opens the door. He's like, "Remember what we talked about?" I was like, "I fucking don't remember. Absolutely not." He's like, "Grab the fucking handle and put your foot out there on the platform," right? So and by this time, I'm 3/4 of the way out the fucking plane, and next thing I know, it turned into one of the greatest moments of my life.
Good for you, Stellar.
But bro, that trip up there,
Yeah, sweaty palms. Yeah, most definitely.
I think the plane ride up usually sketches people out the most because once you're at the door and you have left the aircraft, it's just bliss. They call it airgasm.
dude, this is what I told myself. When I grabbed that handle, I said, "I'm going to try to enjoy this, but I accept the fact that if I hit the ground, I don't live no more. It's going to be one hell of a fucking ride on the way down," right? And then that was it, right? And yeah, it was absolutely amazing. It was definitely want to do it again, so I'll take you up on that offer for sure.
Right there. I see the landing zone right here from my window.
For the record, I got 130 jumps, and you got like how many?
Just over 6,000.
6,000. That's wow.
I got one. What about you, Gabriel? Have you jumped up?
One jump, and I'm good.
Love it, dude. Oh my god.
Well,
I don't need another hobby. My wife will kill me.
I used to skydive as a sport. You know, there's several sports within skydiving. I performed one of them, and I got to like world level. I was traveling around the world and competing. And get this, that was cheaper than club racing a 1000cc bike on the East Coast. Flying around the world and skydiving all the time was cheaper than that crack cocaine.
But that crack cocaine's so good, right? It's like the best drug in the world. Sign me up, coach. Here's all my credit cards.
Rubber and then crashes.
Rubber, that's right.
Rubber and
Race rubber.
crashes.
You never knew. Race rubber would be so addicting.
On the 1000cc bike, race rubber is like, it's like carrying a bag of cash with a giant hole in the back in the windstream. And it's just like every corner, $5. But, you know, when we were packing up at VIR, these guys went over to talk to these car guys that were moving in. And get this, a set of tires for them is $3,600. And they scrub them out even faster than us.
And they use 3 sets.
A
3
weekend.
sets. 3 sets. I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, wow. Wow.
So,
What do you do for a living, right? Like, holy shit, are you kidding me right now?
My goodness.
OnlyFans? No.
Yeah. You know, they were, what was it? There was a Corvette, there was a Mustang Saline,
McLaren.
a McLaren, you know, so all the ballers were pulling in, you know, that's probably what's going to happen to Coda, you know, just the big money guys are going to have the, you know, Lamborghinis and this, the oil money, you know, boys got all these expensive cars and be out there racing and having track days, you know. I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
but it's not 2 wheels, right? So let them have it. You,
I guess, you know.
I stay on
Yeah,
the 2
you know,
wheels.
whatever happens, you know, hey, there's plenty of other good tracks.
Yeah.
Plenty of other good tracks. But the
There's some-
Ozarks, right? I'm waiting to hear more about that one.
Ozarks. There's what was the one you told me about?
Flat Rock.
Flat Rock
Flat
up in
Rock.
Tennessee.
Yep.
2, that'll be good spots, right? Good spots.
Flat Rock's a new one too, right? They haven't even opened yet, have
They
they?
opened up the club course, I think, but the rest of it hasn't opened up yet. They got
Okay.
like 3 courses up there, and if you
Alright.
combine them, it's like 6 miles or something like that.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
The Rahal family got approved to build a racetrack in Palatka, Florida, just like, what is it, an hour north?
Yeah, an hour north of 15, about an hour north of here, so nice
Yeah.
and close.
I mean, if I don't know what this is going to be. It might be another one of those tracks that's just like for them. But if it's not, I mean, an hour 15 from here, from the HQ, dude, we're going to be living at this track. And like, I saw the plans I got approved. It's right next to the airport. So like skydive and go ride or in any combination of that. It's going to be like redneck Disneyland for me, you know? I'm probably going to want to move up there.
Yeah, they make runoff room and everything else. 'Cause every track I see building around lately has no runoff, and they got condos and townhomes 10 yards away from them. They're not motorcycle friendly. At least that's what I see here in Orlando, right?
Yeah.
Track.
Oh, yeah. They opened the track in Orlando. It's just like barriers everywhere.
Wall.
You know.
Yeah, but this new track in Palatka, that layout's supposed to be. I mean, I looked at the layout. If they pave that, it's going to be pretty amazing. Like 3 different layouts, and it's roughly the size of VIR, and so close to home, man. If that's operational and they race motorcycles there, proper mega, as you say.
There you go, proper mega. Real quick, Vinny View says, whoa. I think I need homeschooling at the ripe age of 40. Me too, sign me up, 110%.
I think you guys just need to get like adopted by somebody as, you know.
Bart, I'm up for adoption. I'm just putting it out here live on the podcast. If anybody wants to adopt me, I'm available, 100%. Right? Let's go. Jason
Is that
Bartlett.
what adult sponsorship is?
Right. Friendships. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, right?
What's up, Jason?
What is up, Jason, my man? You know, I want to talk about real quick about, you know, one thing that I loved about N2RA this weekend, dude, was the contingency money and the payouts, right? Because Pirelli had their own separate payout too as well, right? I know Dunlop didn't, but there was a race where I think it was the 6 hours. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the 6 hours that if you won the race, you had to be on Pirelli's, but you got like, I think it was $2,000 just for that alone, right? Which is, you know, and I don't know, any other organizations that's paying anything like that, and they had contingency money from Yamaha and a couple of the manufacturers there too as well. Um, that's what I love to see in our sport. That's what we need, right? Is some payouts
Yeah,
to
I remember
give
the
back.
days of in the early 2000s, 2000 and per class, and a couple Suzuki sponsored weekends, and all those club racers were making some money back in those days. Collecting on tire money and stuff like that for sure.
Yeah.
That'd be nice to see that back again.
Just need to see more racing. That's what it is.
Yeah.
More organization is always better. I don't think it's worse getting more of them in there.
Yeah, when they stop fighting each other, that benefits the entire community.
Yep.
Right?
I was just getting ready to say that, man.
Scheduling giant events on the same weekend, like year closing events, you're cannibalizing each other. There's no need. Make it a week apart.
Yeah.
Get together at the beginning of the year when you're booking these tracks, and work with each other. Collaborative competition serves everybody better than cannibalizing competition.
100%. I feel like within our beautiful circus, right, we have XYZ, WTS, all these organizations, and I just feel like everybody's competing against each other. Whereas instead of doing that, we need to be together, right, and help the sport grow as a whole, right? Just because one organization might do something better than this organization, there's no need to feud about it. Just why don't y'all just come together and figure it out and just grow together,
It's
right?
cheap. The track day, the payout, the insurance, if they're competing against each other, they can both share that pot if they're doing different weekends, You can make more money because otherwise, if the racers want to race, they're going to spend the money. They go to both. There's plenty that want to go to both, but they're only losing out money to themselves, because people are going to pick and choose, and you're going to lose.
A couple of the years we had these guys coming back from Barber overnight to join me in Daytona and race in Daytona because it was on the same weekend.
Yeah.
So they went out to Barber, they did the endurance race on Friday, and they came back to race on Saturday. And then these guys were like, barely alive getting on the bikes and racing them.
Good time, but man, yeah, if you're driving straight, you ready? You done? After racing all day, all right, let's go. Back it up.
Then you're shot for like 4 days. Going into the work week, you're shot. You can't even
Like a
function.
fucking zombie, dude. They're talking to you, you're just like,
And you miss Friday's races too, because you got to, they have some races on Friday as well.
I think that's a side of the sport that a lot of people don't see or is not talked about a lot is the preparation, obviously, that goes into that weekend. But Sunday, as soon as everything's over, it's like, dude, I get out the booth sometimes and like half the paddock's almost gone already, right? And I'm still up there running my mouth and saying goodbye and thank yous to everybody. And then I come out and everybody's gone. And a lot of people got 10, 12-hour drives, 16-hour drives, right? And they're going to drive all night and go drop everything off and go straight to work with no sleep, no nothing, come straight home, take a shower, maybe eat, go to sleep for 16 hours, right? Get up and go back to work. And by the time that next weekend, if you have another race that weekend, there's not a lot of time to recover because you're working, you got a wife and you got kids and dogs and laundry and just like all this shit in life, right? And you go back, and as soon as you walk in that paddock and you pass that gate, it's like this another ball of energy hits you, right? And you're just ready to go and you're ready to rip. But as soon as you leave and you get ready to start packing, it's like all that, it's like a sugar crash like this. You're like, fuck, I just want to sleep. Can I just drive tomorrow? I'm going to call it, I ain't coming in tomorrow, But you got to. You got to go, right? So that's something that not a lot of people, get to see on that side of this sport anyway.
Yeah, like before though, I know this weekend was different, but when they do the races on Saturday, and stuff like that, and that worked out before if they did the two. I'm not sure if they can do that program. That works out because a lot of people then are just there for that more than sprint races. Yeah, that's the convenience about that because the endurance racers end up leaving, and then you just have the sprint racers left for Sunday. So that way, you're done doing your business. And,
It's nice because we could get home and then recover before Monday. Right, this Monday, we arrived at TST at 12:30, and we unloaded here, and I just stayed and worked till the end of the day because that was what I had to do.
I went home, went to work.
Coming back on Saturday and then having a day to recover and hang out with the kids is so much nicer.
100% it is. 100%.
These-
So,
At least
you
bring
know,
the pace down from your brain going, which is nice to, you know.
so what's your guys' next endurance race event? That was it for this year, right?
No, I think
Yeah, Daytona's next.
Oh
Daytona's
yeah,
got the short one.
Early October. That's
Yeah.
a 2 hour.
15.
2 hour.
Are y'all not going to
It's
the
a
Azra
57
for the
lap
Race of
race. Looks like a
Champions?
decent race.
Say that again.
Y'all not doing the Race of Champions with Azra this year?
Yeah, no, that's the Daytona one.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's
the
the 2 hours
15th
in
and
Daytona,
18th, yeah.
and then
Challenge, yeah.
the 4 hours at Barber will go. That'll be the last one of the year.
And that's the end of October, Alabama, right?
They're both in, one week apart.
Yeah, one weekend's I think
24th.
Daytona's the 10th, and then the 22nd I think is the Weir one in Barber.
All right. I'd like, that's a track I've never been to is Barber. I always wanted to go to
Beautiful
Barber.
track.
Gorgeous.
You like it, yeah.
Come for a week, walk through the museum. It's just
Oh,
awesome.
definitely hit the museum when you're there. You got to spend time with that. That's definitely worth it for sure.
Well, I was supposed to go for Moto America this year, but I got that gig with Azra where I was announcing on their live stream. So I was like, get paid, go to Moto America. I'm going to get paid, right?
Yeah, no, I get it, yeah, for sure. Barber, it'll still be there. Yeah.
100%, right?
Now you got a chance to go down. So.
That's awesome. Listen, gentlemen, I'm proud of what you guys did last weekend. It was it's hard for me to put into words because I'm personally friends with each and every single one of you. It's I just don't know what else to say. Fucking proper mega job, fellas. Let's fucking go, dude. It was for real. Absolutely. It's also part of racing, right? Because as you guys said, endurance racing is one thing, sprint racing is another. And as much as you guys prepare, whether it's for a 15-lap sprint race, a 2-hour endurance race, a 4-hour endurance race, a 6-hour endurance race, there's always that little fucking monkey that pops up somewhere and laughs and throws this wrench that nobody thought about in the team that could happen. And you're like, fuck, where'd this come from? But to see your guys' struggle in the beautiful circus that I always talk about, and everybody come together to help you guys out to get back out there on the track and then pull off that W. Bro, let's fucking go.
Ooh, damn.
It was a community win.
It's a team effort for sure, right? It's
Justin, Julian, Levi, it was great. You guys, hats off to you guys for sure.
We want to continue bringing that into next seasons. We will be riding or not be riding, but
We'll be there.
appropriate riders on the bikes. And I think this event has proven to me that we want to fortify the actual infrastructure around this and focus on this a little bit more. And, to have proper pit stops at these events, and that is a pretty big leg up. So we're going to focus on refining that even more because I think, we're at a level where competition can come after us. We want to continue to provide ourselves with a gap and continue evolving in between these events and not have the competition see what we're bringing next time. Keep on bringing it, right? Like we're a technology company that happens to ride motorcycles. So we are going to keep doing that. We have great partners, friends in the industry. Like I said, Fred Valley just helped me out. And in turn, hopefully I can help him out somehow. Blood Racing Lubricants, they decided to give us some help with oils. And that's the only oil that's been in this engine for the last year and change. And it protects the motor really well. So we're all about it. Suzuki, like I said, man, indestructible pretty much, and all those friends that contributed, I got to thank you guys again. Jason Carnes, Dave Sanders, Michael Correa, Curtis Winworth. I mean, those guys were part of the team this time. Curtis is part of the team all the time. But, the consistent effort from everybody to come together and do this. They're like, we're not making money here. We're spending money here. But at the end of the event, if you could walk away with that feeling that we had this last time, man, if we could just replicate that or even amplify that some more and share it with more people, that is golden with me.
100%. So let me ask you this. The future of your guys' endurance race teams, when you guys are looking for riders, you obviously it's going to be the younger generation you guys want to put on the bikes in the future.
Oh yeah, it's always going to be the younger kids. And, we're looking not just for the fast kids, but the ones that are great with teamwork. I mean, these guys are working on a bike, helping with stuff in the pits. They're not just going fast; they're doing other things. It's a whole team effort, and that's what we're looking for. It's not just you and how fast you are; it's how you handle yourself and how you are in the pits.
Now you got to check the ego too. That's got to be out the door. 100%. Like on this team, you're part of the family. You have a job. And it's not all about you. It's all about what you do with the rest of us. So, some people fit, and I have met many that don't because they're the Axl Rose of motorcycle riding. Guns N' Roses, it's not Axl Rose.
Yeah, the Axl Rose.
Kind of a metaphor here, Some of the guys that I've dealt with in the past were kind of ego-centered, and they did what they thought was right for them. The crew we had this weekend was just so on point. The riders were like, what do you want me to do? Ride this pace. We rode this pace the whole time. Tire fell off. They still rode that pace. Levy came to me, gave me notes. I'm like, what do you want me to do? I'm like, okay, well, this is the job for this stint. And he went and did that job. And that's amazing because, when you have people just pushing, things are going to go awry.
We got to invite him down here to hang out in the heat a little bit longer. He says he's a northern boy. He's like, man, I can't take this heat. This is too hot. So we got to come on down and hang out in the Florida sun with us for a little while.
We were concerned about him at the end there. He kind of looked like he was like on the ground, just laying there waiting for the podium ceremony. All up in his suit, he didn't even like undress. I'm like, dude, you want some water? I'm like, no. You look like you need some water and then some.
That was actually a question I was going to ask you, gentlemen. What was it like working with Levy Batty? I've known Levy and Elisa for a long time, and now he's in the Bagger World League, right? Not the Bagger World League, but the BRL, Bagger Racing League. Sorry, I had to think about it there for a second. He's super fast, super humble. He's a great friend of mine. But what did you guys think?
Well, this wasn't our first time working with him. Well, I mean, on this team, yes, but all last year he was part of Carnes TST.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about just this weekend though.
Just this weekend.
Yeah, like I said, yeah, we think it was good.
Asked him to do it.
He's a solid rider.
He put it in work.
And he understood coming on into our situation. That he's got a job to do, and the crew chief defines the job, and he stuck to what he was asked to do. It's great to work with professionals, 100%. Right? It's different than just these kids trying to show how big their piece is. Professionals really conduct themselves appropriately, and they take their job seriously, and they take into consideration the needs of the entire team and how the entire race goes, and not just that one stint or like a battle with another racer. So I have nothing bad and all good things to say about Levy. It was a pleasure working with him, and it was very smooth.
Justin too, to one point, lap after lap.
Yeah, Justin, one of our riders that we took on last year.
Riley, yeah, when I amateur raced, I started racing with him and been friends ever since. Fast guy, older guy. He's not this young pup. He's got a family. He's got a little daughter.
He's like 30.
He's like 30, but he's still old. But he's got a younger daughter and that. But I mean, anything he needs, he's always asking. I mean, we needed fuel before the race on Sunday, and his mom was there. She's like, "I got it. Don't worry about it." She went up and picked us like 20 gallons of fuel. So I mean, like I said, when it's a team effort and family matters, I mean, it's a big thing.
Yeah.
And
The whole
Justin,
family.
even though Justin's not, like one of those young kids, he kept on melting time away and finding more and more tricks to go faster.
Yeah, he was actually the second fastest router for the weekend for us.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's all.
Wessom says, Wessom 554 says, Alex, only one to run it for on endurance race,
Yes.
no oil on the ground.
Yeah, I remember that. Hey, and we did it though. We did good. Thanks, Wes. We did good though. That's all. Man, that was hilarious.
What's in there prior to there not being oil? You got to advertise that. You can get sponsorship for
We
that.
were working on our oil change, I think, and somebody forgot to put oil in. So we were doing a test for Honda. That Grom's a great machine. Hats off to Honda.
Oh my God. And Jason Bartlett says, "Where's Rossi's hair?" So you guys seen Bart, you seen Rossi before. I'm pretty sure you have two Alex, right, with the super long hair,
Yeah.
dude. So he cut it off today. He's been with that long hair for the past 5 years, right? So he just
Probably got too hot with the heat waves.
Yeah, man, he cut it off. But one thing I told him with the long hair, I was like, dude, every time he would come home, dude, he'd have a different hairstyle because all the girls were like, "Oh my God, I love your hair. Let me play with your hair." I was like, "Bro, you keep all the long hair, you're gonna get a lot of women chasing after you, right?" But he was like, "It's just too hot. I want to get rid of it." So, yeah, that's where it went, Jason. They cut that shit off today, right? So I got this bag full of Rossi's hair that we're actually going to donate to my wife's knows the org she wants to donate it to for people with, I guess, no hair, help them out, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, I told Rossi if he's going to cut it off, he's got to donate it. Can't just leave it on the floor and sweep it up and throw it away. So, giving back, right? Part of giving back. So, absolutely. Well, gentlemen, dude, we're an hour and 30 minutes into this. It's I know it goes by quick, man. It's listen, it's always an honor to see you three gentlemen. It's you guys absolutely fucking killed it this weekend. I was it's an honor to be called up by N2RA, for their first new endurance style racing and to see all my friends there. I had no idea that Gigi was going to be there, right? And to show up and see you guys and hang out. Better to cut the hair. Isaac said, "Yeah, let's go, Isaac." Right? He'll see you Saturday. Isaac. He's not gonna be there Friday because he's gonna be in school because he starts school tomorrow. But Saturday he'll be there and Sunday. To see the whole Friday, I showed up. I didn't do anything Friday, right? Because the races didn't start till Saturday. So I went around running my mouth, saying hi to all my friends, and then, hanging out, watching you guys work on the bike. And then Saturday comes around. I was there early to watch everybody do their thing and then get in the booth and watching the live timing and see everything happen out. And, well, seeing some of it on the straightaway happen out a little bit down in the pits, but on speed hive happening in real time and feeling the energy. Right, it's different watching it on TV or listening to it on YouTube or whatever it is, but to physically be there and feel the energy, it's just a different game, right? And proud of you guys. I just don't know what else to say because you guys have fucking killed it as a team, bro. Let's go.
I think having Julian on the team this time was a pretty great advantage, and I want to take this time to thank him and thank Michael for making the trek up. They had a mishap on the way up that was very unfortunate.
Dukes of Hazzard with a trailer. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you told me all the story. Yeah,
that could have been really nasty. We could have,
Man.
That was really.
And they still just made it up, put that behind them, and it was all just razor sharp focus. That kid's a machine. He's a true professional. He's got a great future in motorcycle racing.
Most definitely.
And hopefully he'll pilot for us in the future as well.
I'm sure he will. I have no doubt, right? Absolutely.
Get some hours.
Yeah,
Isaac's the other one, but Isaac, I don't know, we might take him for granted now because we sort of have him all the time. He's part of the team.
Yeah, he's just like a little brother now.
I also want to make it known that we don't take you for granted, Isaac. We appreciate what you do.
Yeah, Isaac's definitely.
I mean, that bike wouldn't be what it is set up if it wasn't for Isaac Brown.
Correct. And Isaac's got a good weekend coming up.
Oh yeah,
weekend.
There's going to be some podiums for that kid.
Yes, most definitely.
There's going to be some W's for
Thank
that
you,
kid. Yeah. 100%. Matter of fact, so real quick story, but before we get off here, Jersey 2023, or was it 22? Pretty sure it was 23. I think Jules was still part of the podcast back then, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while. So Isaac, the whole weekend was like, "Who's your favorite racer? I'm your favorite racer." This and that. I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, dude, I'm friends with so many people. I just don't know, right? So my man Eli Block gave me his. He told me, he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna bring you something for Jersey. You can put on your wall." Blah blah blah. I was thinking a boot or something. Well, he gave me his suit, right? So I walk up to Isaac. I throw the suit on the ground. I was like, Eli Block's my favorite. Look what he gave me. He gave me this suit, right? So at the end of the weekend, dude, he runs around. He sees me and he gives me the belly pan right here, right? And he signs it and he gives it to me. So I give him a big old hug and I whispered in his ear that weekend. I said, "You know, you're my favorite, Isaac. I love you." Right? And I walked away, started laughing, dude. So yeah, dude, absolutely amazing. Isaac's one of those characters that's not only that, and Curtis too. The apple don't fall far from the tree, and Isaac is the man because of who his daddy is, right? But Isaac's got all the talent in the world.
Yeah.
He
Chris
really
working his
does.
butt off to make it happen too, as much
Bro,
as he
he
can.
does.
He's there. He's there. He's here.
Yeah, I have an idea. Isaac needs to be sponsored by what's that gummy worm company?
Trolley
Trolley worm.
gummy worms.
Everybody write Trolley Worms an
Yeah,
email. Anybody who's watching this, write them an email asking them to sponsor Isaac. Not with bags of that sugar crap, but like with something meaningful.
Right.
My man eats
all that
so many
good
worms.
Trolley, they got to be
Powered
the
by
right
worms.
Powered by worms. Gummy
Trolley.
worms.
Dude, that's hilarious. Everybody knows my weakness is Sour Patch Kids, bro. You buy me a bag of Sour Patch Kids. Like, I was at CMP earlier this year it was my first solo gig with Azra. And,
That attract more kids to racing. Gummy worms.
yeah, dude, bro, facts, right? Bring some candy in. And
Bring the candy, they will come.
100%. They open up the door and they throw me this big patch of Sour Patch Kids. My buddy Robert Maxwell, that's in here listening and watching, went out and got me a big bag of Sour Patch Kids. So I was up in a booth announcing the races, just slamming Sour Patch Kids, right? Happy little kid up in the booth, like, "Let's go, blah, blah, blah. Looking at turn one. I'm like, oh, these are good. Now let's go, So, yeah. Yeah, I don't eat a lot of candy, but I do enjoy some Sour Patch Kids for sure.
I hadn't had gummy worms like forever until Isaac started hanging around.
Bro, listen. You know what killed it?
Reese's. Thanks a lot, Curtis.
What killed it for me with gummies here in America is I went to the UK and I ate their UK gummies, and they're so much better than we have here in America. So I order them online from Amazon and get them shipped to my house. And I don't share very much to people. Those are just my gummies that I keep for my own little secret stash. And I'll be at work like, "What was that?" Nothing. Nothing at
I
all.
have the decoy gummies right next to them.
I do. I got some hard bros or hair bros or however you say them. They're hard as a rock. They're sitting over there. I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I help yourself on that." I'm like, "Yeah. Y'all go ahead and eat that." Yeah, I'm good. So, yeah, let's go. Look, Isaac says, yes, it was 23. And he says, "I need the trolley to perform at my peak." That's the secret. Well, good. That means on the way to VR Friday, guess what I'm going to bring you?
Trolley.
Trolleys, right? So what's your favorite trolley gummies, Isaac? Put it down in the comments because I'll stop it.
Trolley. Is that an American company? Yeah.
He already wrote them for sponsorships. That's what I'm saying. Like everybody just emailed them all at once. Like shut down their email box. Just everybody all at the same time. Right when you get off this podcast.
It's hilarious. Have big old trolley sticker. Yeah, dude, let's make it happen. Why not, right? If enough voice gets heard, you never know, right? So it's friendship. So
Could be the hot ticket,
It's like the next Marlboro.
What was the Mission Foods? They could
The
be
next
Trolley
Marlboro.
versus Mission. The Mission Foods this and the Trolley gummy
think the
worms
scale's
that.
a little different.
Yeah. You know what I'm
just a little bit, right?
saying? Yeah.
Just only a little bit.
You never know. The parent company of Trolley could be like, Heinz Ketchup, one of these huge monster companies.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe he wrote the wrong people.
Look,
make it
Isaac
happen.
said, so people listening, okay, if you guys are coming to Moto America, or you guys plan on going to Jersey, because I'll be there too as well. I'll be at Jersey at the end of the month with Azure, but with Moto America in middle of September, I'll be there. Isaac Woodworth, people listening, there's a lot of people that's going to listen to this podcast. There's already a lot listening now, but especially when it's done. The original trolleys, right? The the sour gummy worms. That's his favorite, everybody. So I expect to see a lot of those at VIR and at Jersey coming up. So those that are listening, there we go. The original sour gummy worms. Let's go.
This guy.
So you know how people have the like a comic character of themselves on their stickers with their number. You got the wing nut. Isaac's got an ostrich or something like that. I forget what he's got. You should change that to the worm.
No, that's
That should be his character.
Yeah. Instead of I thought it was flamingo or is it worm? Or was it bird? I can't remember.
I think it's
Toucan?
He can tell us. He's on.
Yeah.
I think, what was it?
Thought it was an ostrich because it runs super fast.
That's kind of what I was thinking of. It was an ostrich.
It also puts its head on the ground when it's in danger. So
Yeah, I mean, ostrich.
I don't know what that means.
Maybe. I think he's eating a trolley.
He's digging for trolleys, is what he's doing.
His hands are dirty. I can't type.
Hilarious. Oh my God. Well, gentlemen, listen, this has been absolutely a proper mega adventure. You know, the whole N2RA event was fucking spectacular. I hope that they actually do more than 3 next year.
Yeah.
But,
Oh yeah, we're hoping
Make
for
some tracks.
one a month would be nice. One a month.
12. Look, Bart, as soon as you said that, Bart squinted his eyes. He's like, shit, what are you talking about? One a month. What's every other month's good, right? Flamingo. Right? As I said, it's the flamingo.
Flamingos, yeah, okay.
Oh. You should make it a trolley worm flamingo.
A trolley worm. I think they're multicolored too.
Yep. He says, because of Florida dog. You know what time it is. Yeah. My son be saying all that shit, like bra and all this other stuff. I was like, dude, what is that? He's like, oh, dad, this blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, whatever, dude.
Like boss racing.
Like bouse racing. Yeah. Boss. Yeah, I actually had him on last night. That was absolutely a lot of fun.
I know. I watched that one.
Oh, I appreciate it, man.
He's a fun character.
Yeah, he's I met him. I want to say the same time because it was the first time I met Bazooka Joe was in 23 at Jersey because we had messaged I think on Instagram or whatever, and then I met him and yeah, absolutely amazing, beautiful circus, right? That's all I can say. It's the beautiful circus. So, listen, Bart, you know the deal, right? This episode will be out. See, it's 7:49 our time now. So give me about 8:15. This episode will be out everywhere but Apple because I'm not on Apple yet. I got tired of going back and forth with Apple, so I just said, you know what, forget Apple. Matter of fact, so much so I got a Samsung phone. I don't even have an Apple phone no more, right? I've been with Apple since the iPhone 4. And I had the 16 Pro Max. And to me, this real quick, this is the best way I can explain it to people. Apple's an amazing product. They have a great ecosystem. But you got to play by their fucking rules. You can't do anything besides what Apple tells you can do. And that's it, right? Meaning as for the podcast goes, I could set everything up. Me and Bart, all of us can go out. I could be at a restaurant, whatever. I could do everything on my phone. But that was it. I couldn't do no shorts. I couldn't edit it. I couldn't post it out anywhere. I couldn't, put it on Spotify or nothing. I had to solely come home and wait and do it from my home computer, my little Apple computer I got, right? So I felt like I wanted to change. I talk about, switching from one bike brand to the other because she's a beautiful woman. You want to dance and you want to tango with her and she's different, she's new, and she's exciting and all that, right? So I just wanted to make a change. I've been with this phone for about the past month, and I don't think I'll ever come back Apple, ever. Like, I love my new girl. I can do so much
Samsung
more.
26? Yes. Samsung 26?
Yeah, the 26 Ultra. Yeah.
So this is a Samsung commercial. Hope you get paid
Now,
A little bit. I'm not sponsored by Samsung. Samsung, if you're listening, yeah, let's go, right? But no, I'm just saying it was.
Using your phone too.
Yeah. Look, Isaac says, not everyone can be a dog. We love you, Isaac. You know that, right? That's awesome. Oh my God.
ask him what his favorite game to play is that he missed out on.
Isaac, what's your favorite game? Well, you just asked him, Gabriel, right? Yeah. Isaac, put the comment down below. What's your favorite game you missed out on, buddy?
He won't say.
I hate it. Knowing Isaac, you probably will.
He's eating trolleys again.
I was thinking real hard about it.
I'm sure he is.
Right? We all remember that age, right? Yeah. It's good stuff, man. Well, listen again, fellas. So pumped for you guys and what you guys achieved this past weekend. You guys won some money, right? Let's
yeah, we did.
go.
Yeah, it was 7K. We brought home 7K.
I mean, where else in you're gonna make 7K in a weekend? One day.
Nah, this was
That's
this
since
was,
early
this was
2000s.
a rare. Yeah, like that doesn't happen nowadays. If it starts happening again, that'll be amazing. But like for some reason, some organizers just reserve it for like Daytona 200 has a big payout.
Yeah.
The
Loudon.
NHIS Loudon Classic,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Loudon.
whatever that's called.
Classic, yeah.
That has a giant payout. It attracts a bunch of talent. There's the Race What You Brung thing that's
Like
brewing
Alan Edwards
somewhere.
is promoting that thing.
I don't know if it's actually happening.
Yeah, World Motorcycle.
The Moto World Clash.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you go to their website, they're taking some things off of their website. So I don't know what's going on with that. I get asked about that all the time, and I'm like, fuck, I don't
Colin
know.
Edwards.
Yeah,
But he's promoting it.
a little bit.
I mean, I'd say he's putting on the event. I'm sure or this.
I mean, if his name is on it, if that goes sideways, that's going to be a pretty.
Or it could be some
Black
good AI shit, right? It could be AI
Yeah,
generated.
some commercials or something on the internet.
I mean, dude, well, the thing is, my buddy Dustin Corner had one of the guys on his podcast, and I went and listened to the podcast, and he really didn't give away a whole lot of information at all about the event, who's going to be in it, blah 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 blah. So,
Somebody said like the track was I was reading somewhere the track was rented for that day for some kind of motorcycle something, but to be determined kind of still, like what kind of, are they going to have any support classes? You can't just have one race. What kind of other stuff you can have, but there's no, you need time. You can't just throw this away in a week. All right, guys, you got a week, show up. It's not going to work like that.
run what you brung, like, how big of a window that is? Run what
Yeah,
you
that's
brung,
what I'm
bro?
saying.
Like,
I want to know
Okay.
what licensing requirements are. Like, are they just going to put everybody together? Because, I mean, that's a demolition derby.
Hayabusa.
I'll go
with
watch
turbo.
that. I will definitely go watch that.
100%. I'll go with you. Ohio, let's go.
Somebody's got brakes because they didn't think that far.
They were like Alex back on the SV650. They're like, this thing won't stop.
Just put MR12 in there and just go. Don't stop. Just go. If it gets dangerous, turn.
Oh my God! Look, Isaac Woodworth said hide and seek with an object.
There's some kind of an inside joke.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm
Obviously,
Sure.
I'm not aware.
I don't wanna
Gabriel,
know.
are you aware, or do we really want to know? Like,
No one wants to know.
and then let's see. Always Mowing 407 said Road Racing World released an article today. 50-50 Mid Ohio will happen.
Oh wow.
So I don't know, man. Honestly, part of me would love to see it happen, right? Because it's something new, it's something different. Everybody gets paid, run what you brung, but there's just too much hush hush going on around it to. Honestly, I didn't put a whole lot of thought into it just because. I mean, basically the same videos you see of Colin Edwards and a couple of the other guys, they're all just on repeat and replay. There's nothing new, right? So
Yeah, so I mean, I would,
maybe they just fucking paid him. Edwards will give you fucking $500,000 to say this and blah blah. Shit, okay, sign me up. Hey, blah 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 blah.
Or it's a deep fake.
Or it's a deep fake, a really good fake AI, because
Yeah, Isaac said a very inside joke. We have to tune us in, Isaac. You can do inside jokes around here, man. Come on, man.
get some trolleys. Jeez.
Yeah, dude. The bag of trolleys just got smaller right now, right?
My goodness.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Always Moving says there's mirrors in the room, Gabe.
What?
There's fighters in the room, Gabe.
There's mirrors in the room, Gabe.
I have no idea.
Miners.
Miners in the room. Miners or mirrors?
Miners. Sorry, miners.
Oh, okay.
Mirrors. The miners are in the room, Gabe. Oh,
Is that
okay.
Curtis?
I think, yeah.
That's hilarious. My God. Well, gentlemen, it's
Yeah.
been an absolute honor to have all three of you on and talk about the whole weekend, man. It was an absolutely amazing weekend. the big surprise for me was to see Juju and Michael, of course, because I had no idea that they were going to be there. I looked into it when they invited me, so I knew TST was going to be there. So I was thinking it's probably be Jason Carnes, but Bart, I had no idea he was going to be there. So it's always an honor, my friend, to see you two as well. Gabe, you right? Because we ran into each other many times in the past.
Yeah, it was good seeing you.
Dude, always an honor. Again, I'm gonna say it again. What you guys did this weekend is it's like the little engine that could, right?
Yeah, it was fun. It was
The
fun
little
watching.
engine
It was
that
fun
could.
everything. That was
Yeah,
yeah.
Alex cooking, no
Yeah,
lunches
oh, man.
involved at all. Right, right.
Yeah, man, it was good. Yeah, that was good. Yeah. Hey, man, Fire Marshal Bill over here.
Look, Isaac
If
says
there's smoke, Alex will be there.
facts, right? He says, I'm going to mind my business now. Have a good one, boys. All right, Isaac. I'll see you Friday.
Oh my goodness.
Freaking
Hey, let's do
awesome.
it again, man. When
Let's
you're
do
down
it.
here in October,
Yep.
let's plan it ahead of time. Let's do one from here.
We will, 100%.
Doesn't even have to be us. Come hang out and bring a guest, or
Maybe we can take the
you could do SBK 1198.
Yeah, we can do
right
it,
at the
man.
bike week right there. Bike week.
I'll you know what I'll do is I'll leave a day early or 2 days early, and I'll come out there and just come out there and hang out with TST and
If you're able to ride dirt, we'll take you to the trails here.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
go ride some dirt bike.
dude, I'm in it. I'll bring my gear, my boots, my helmets, and all that, and we'll make it happen, man. 100%. Looking forward to it. As always, I'm gonna let you guys give all your shout outs and where they can find you on social medias and all that good stuff. The only thing I'm gonna say is listen, if it wasn't for Bart and everybody coming on this podcast, I wouldn't be sitting here in this seat. So everybody that's been on the podcast, and everybody that's coming on the podcast, and everybody that listens to me and hits all those like and subscribes, it's an absolute honor to be here, and I wouldn't be here without each and every single one of you, and I absolutely mean it. I see it every freaking podcast. It's nothing but love to each and every single one of you. You guys and girls know where to find me everywhere on social media, right? So you like that, didn't you, Alex? Yeah. I'm gonna do that again just for you, Alex. There you go. Yeah. Oh, didn't come. Whoa, hold up. Yeah. There you go. Woo. Anyway, Alex, Bart, Tango, Sierra Tango. Right. Tell everybody where. We'll start with you, Alex, and we'll go down the line. Alex, tell everybody they can find you on social medias, and if you got any merch for sale, right?
Oh no, I'm just playing Alex for that's it. Oh, good. Yeah, see you when I see you at the track. Love y'all. Thank everybody and to everybody. Thank you, Simcoe Podcast, Julian, outstanding job, Justin, all you guys, Levi, everything. It's been a phenomenal weekend. Hats off to Gabe, Bart. I mean, these guys really put it down this weekend. So it was enjoying being part of being there and everything. So it was all good fun, So ready to do it again. Yeah, so looking forward to Bart this weekend.
Go.
I can't thank Bart enough for letting me do this with him. Without him, none of us would be here. All these young kids coming up, it's great to be a part of them. See them grow from
Most definitely.
the mini to the big leagues in Moto America and even beyond that. And even, seeing Mike and Curtis, with their kids. I can't wait till my son Maddox, he's only 8, but he's already racing, flat track, road racing, and, doing all that stuff. I mean, you just can't thank everyone enough because it's the community, it's the whole family. Without them, it doesn't happen. My wife, my brothers, my sister, everyone. Just, it doesn't happen without the family.
It takes a village.
It
Takes a
does.
village.
Definitely.
I think I ran my mouth enough thanking, people outside of my family. I did want to take a moment to thank my wife and my 2 daughters for just loving me through all the stress that this business puts me through. I come home frazzled sometimes, and they just make it okay. And they put up with me being gone for long weekends like this. I mean, this last trip was pretty much 5 days, So I'm thankful to have that at home, and I love you guys. And I love you, Chris.
Hats off to Shannon. Shannon, I love you. Thank you so much for putting up with me. And all that.
See, you forgot. I was going to get in trouble.
Yeah, I didn't realize I thought we were doing other stuff, but love you, baby.
I love it. Bart, you're absolutely right? Because without our beautiful queens, as I always say,
That's exactly right. 100%.
giving us our support. I'm in the same boat. I leave for sometimes 4 and 5 days at a time. I come home and like I'll come home 9, 10 o'clock. I gotta be at work at 6 a.m. So I'm usually up at 4:30. Right, I'll come home. I'll immediately take a shower, and it's like I missed you. I'm going to bed. Wake up, go to work. Text a couple times here or there. Come home and yeah, start all over, and then out the door again on Thursday and back on the weekend and come back. And it's yeah, without each and every single one of you women out there, and I say it all the time, the women run the world.
Man,
we don't.
She wasn't feeling good, so I was already a little stressed out at that. So, it worked out well. Thank you all.
Absolutely.
Sure. Thank you all, ladies, for letting us go.
That's right. That's right. All right, fellas. Listen, it's an absolute honor, and I'll see you guys soon. This episode will be out here in a little while, and I'll tag everybody. And Bart, I'll send you the direct link, and Alex, I got your number. Gabriel, I don't know if I have your number or not. Maybe if I do.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Okay.
Whatever we need.
I'll send you the direct link too, so you can listen to it and laugh and say, "Look at these goofballs!" Right? That's what I do sometimes. Like, listen to us. It's hilarious. All right, gentlemen. Have a good night, and I will see you guys in October for sure, 110%. So,
Yep.
Barbara, yeah, for 100%.
And Bart, I'll give you a call here in a couple of days, and we'll go ahead and pre-plan, make some plans for October, and I'll drive down early, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man.
Sounds good, man. Thanks for having us. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in.
We'll see you soon.
See you at the track.
See you guys soon.
Later.
Later, fellas.
Calling all two-wheel enthusiasts, get ready to rev up your earbuds with Pin the Gas Podcast, the ultimate motorcycle racing podcast, hosted by Chris Simcoe, one of our very own excellent leaders here in Roanoke, Virginia. With expert analysis, behind-the-scenes stories, and exclusive writer interviews, Pin the Gas Podcast delivers the adrenaline rush of the racetrack straight to your ears. Whether you're a diehard fan or a curious newcomer, you'll gain insights that will transform how you watch and understand motorcycle racing. On your favorite podcast app, join Simcoe as he takes you on a high-speed journey through the world of motorcycle racing. Pin the Gas Podcast.